Hey everyone, welcome to Geeks for Geeks. I am Ishan Sharma and today I want to talk about why you should work as a developer in a startup. Okay, let's get started with this video. Alright, now a lot of us are seeing amazing startups getting funded and crazy valuations, and so you might think that okay, I want to work at a startup or I don't want to work at a startup, or you might be confused if you should work at a startup or not. Well, here are some points that you should keep in mind. Okay, some comparisons that we can draw between an MNC or maybe like a startup. Okay, so we'll try to see how both of them work, what are the differences. We have some points laid out over here with which we can better understand how they work. Some conceptions that people have about working in startups is that there will be less job security, there will be low professional growth and less opportunities as a career standpoint. And then the third one can just be like the salary is going to be less, the perks are going to be less, and we'll try to cover all of these things. We'll understand if this really is going to be a big deal in the long run. All right, now let's get started. The first thing that we can talk about is going to be the work environment. Okay, if you're working at an MNC, everything is a lot more planned out. Okay, everything is a lot more rigid. Everything has been defined for you. You don't really need to think too much about what should I do, where should I sit, what all should I be doing. All of that goes away when you get into a startup. A lot of the times the boundaries are not set out. There are a lot of things that are not planned, but that is when you get to be creative with what you want to do with the time that you have in a day, right? You don't have these confinements that, okay, this is what you need to do. You will have to have a meeting at 11 o'clock and another meeting at 4 o'clock. That is not how startups really work. They are quite flexible in the way they operate, and I think that would be a great thing for you if you don't want to be confined in just one particular routine every single day. Okay, so that is the work environment. That is how you can compare both of them. They both have their pros and cons, and different people might want to go for different types, maybe like an MNC or like a startup. Now, the second part could be the salary or the perks that you get as working at an MNC or working at a startup. So if you're working at a startup initially, you will get paid less because again, the startup does not have the funds. Even if they do raise the funds, it is generally going to be less in the beginning. However, what you do get is going to be your stake in the company, right? If you are an early employee, you do get some amount of stake, some equity you'll be getting, and that can be in the form of ESOPs that you can afterwards sell, or they can also be sometimes in which companies do an ESOP buyback in which they will take away the ESOPs that you have and they'll provide you cash, right? So a lot of companies do this just to make sure that the people who are working for them initially are happy with what they've done for the company, and that is a great thing that they do. Now, if you don't know what ESOPs are, these are just basically employee stock options that afterwards the employee can exercise, and let's not talk about that now. You can just Google it up, you'll find more information about it over there. But this is what you get, right? You get less pay right now, but you do get an opportunity to, if the company goes big, the ESOPs will be worth a lot more in the future, right? So this is a bet that you keep if you believe in the company's fundamentals, in the idea of the company that you're working with, the startup, right? So that can be fruitful for you over like 5-6 years down the lane. That's what you need to understand. Let's say there's one person who gets to work at Facebook from 2005, right? 2005 up to 2020, all of that ESOPs that he or she might have gotten might have increased in value by 10-fold or 100-fold or even like 1,000-fold. We don't really know, but that is what I wanted to understand, right? If you can find a good startup that you believe in and you get the ESOPs, then it might work out for you. So yeah, this is what you need to understand. In MNCs, you do get a lot of CTC. If you think about it, cost to company, you do get a lot of benefits. They have PPF, EPF, and all of those things that they can contribute to. So that is definitely a good point about working at MNCs. And you would also get a lot of these house allowances and all of these other things that they do to inflate the prices of their CTC. But yeah, this is what you need to understand: salary and perks, startups versus MNCs. All right, now moving on to the next part, this is going to be the responsibility and the work life of working at a startup versus at an MNC, right? So let's understand this properly. When you work at a startup, you have a lot more responsibility. Okay, so imagine it to be like this. think of the company to be a huge machine. Okay, and if you are working at MNC, you might be like a small screw, like a tiny screw of the company, of the complete machine. And let's say you don't have that screw, the machine would still function, and it's not going to be like a big deal for them. Versus if you are working at a startup, you will be a lot more valuable, right? Your actions, whatever you decide to do with your time when you're working at a startup, can have huge applications on the growth of the startup, or like basically how the startup will move ahead, right? So that is what you need to think about. And that might be like a harsh example that I have just showed you, that okay, you are just like a screw in like a big machine, but that's the reality. That's what happens in these big companies. And now talking about the work-life balance, okay, the work-life balance can depend a lot. Okay, now I have talked with people who work at Google, Amazon, Microsoft, and what they've said is that some days they only work for 1 or 2 hours. Okay, and other days when they have like some project to ship, whenever there is some bug or there is some error, they work the entire day. Right? So yeah, it depends a lot. A lot of people say that I'll have to work a lot more when I'm in a startup. That is true to an extent, but yeah, it depends a lot on what the startup is and what you're doing and what is the particular condition right now. Okay, so yeah, you cannot really decide just based on the work that you'll be doing, the amount of work, the amount of hours that you'll be putting in. All right, so that's what I would say. Work-life balance is going to be a lot better when working at an MNC, and it might not be as much when you're working at a startup generally. All right, now moving on to the career growth part. So think about it like this. When you're working at like a big MNC, let's say you report to someone, they report to someone else, they report to someone else. It's like a huge hierarchy that you'll need to climb up the ladder for. And if you take an example of a startup, it's a lot more flat kind of an organization. Okay, so you don't have a lot of those hierarchies that you'll be having. So it's a lot easier for you to progress, right? Let's say you get into like a marketing intern, and then over time you become like a chief marketing officer, something like that. Okay, that's what you need to understand. Whenever you get into a startup, your career growth can be a lot more depending on how good the startup is and what is the rise of a startup based on like the funds they're raising, the revenue that they have, the hype that they can generate, all of that stuff. So yeah, that's what I would say. This is about your career growth. And moving on to the next part, that would be the job security. Now, yes, definitely MNCs will be a lot more secure because these are giant corporations that should not be falling anytime soon. And when you compare that with a startup, a lot of the startups fail, right? At the end of the day, if you pick the wrong startup to work at, it might fail. Definitely, it can happen. It's all about like picking a startup that you truly believe in, and then you can work over there for a long amount of time. You can build long-term partnerships with people over there at the startup. So yeah, that is what I would say. Definitely job security is going to be higher when you compare it with a startup in MNCs, but it depends on you. So yeah, this was just a quick video talking about what should you do. Should you work at an MNC? Should you work at a startup? Let me just summarize. There will be some great learning opportunities for you when you go for a startup. And people say that, there'll be less job security and all. I assume most of the people that are watching this channel is going to be somewhere in the range of 18 to 25 years old. And at this time, we really don't have much to lose. We don't have like a lot of liabilities to take care of, so we can have higher risk profile. So just keep this one thing in mind, and moving on, you'll be having a lot more exponential growth in your career if you were to work at a startup which is growing as well. And of course, the equity that you might get will be worth a lot more in the future if you pick the right startup. That was just a quick video talking about what should you choose. What are your thoughts? Let me know in the comment section down below, and you can take a look at some courses at Geeks for Geeks. Those will also be in the description. And thank you for watching this video, and if you enjoyed this, make sure that you hit the like button, and I'll see you all in the next video.